Welcome to this Assassin's Creed Shadows build guide. I have been putting together a bunch of builds for beginners and intermediate players for the long game. We have things that we're combining that we're trying to showcase and give you guys ideas on how to make your build as you play the game and just have fun. I've switched the build all the time. Every couple missions, I'll change it, and I've been enjoying different versions. Today, we're going to do Yasuke. There's a lot to talk about with him. You can be a heavy DPS just running gun playstyle, but you can still stealth and get through castles or whatever mission stealthily as well. And it is super powerful. It has the bleed effect, which you can use a bow and arrow, and of course the Nutty Naga. And so you're going to be putting out that type of damage consistently, and you're going to be doing some really good status effects, aka afflictions. Then on top of that, your range is going to be hitting at 200 damage when you're not in combat, which is for the stealth. And that's where you're going to get the buff and the playstyle that you need. And again, this build is not even mid-maxed just yet. It's just a bunch of great pieces that I really like as I play through the story and I showcase it to you guys. But yeah, it's pretty fun and exciting. And right now, I want to take a moment and just show you exactly what it is. And we're going to look at the skills as well to kind of give you the idea of what you could do and how you can go about this. I'm using the Nutty Naga right now with the bleed buildup success after a parry. So, you want to parry a bunch. It's a very useful tool and very good for you as a player. So just pop this on. And then underneath, as you can see, it's at 25 damage from bleed on afflicted enemies. So they're going to work together. Okay, that's a combination of the engravements that you want to do. And we have a lot of experiments that I'm doing and a bunch of videos on what works and what feels good. This is one of them that's really strong. Then we get into the arrow. This is the reason why it is so versatile. You can use this arrow and do silent kills out of combat to stealth, basically full bases, or you can use it to just be very powerful and put out some damage. As you can see, special ammo instantly triggers its affliction. So bleed, that's going to be the key. Then you're going to get an extra 20% damage with afflictions. All right, so that is the way this combination is set up together, both enhancing each other big time. Then we wanted to just be strong out of combat to be able to kill anything. I was playing a mission just now showing you guys a quick clip of some melee and some range, but basically I was one-shotting daimios in level 50, 40 slash area. So it's very possible for you to be overpowered with this setup. I didn't even put in an extra engravement in here, which I will add something to it that complements what we already have. The rest of the build, honestly, you can change. Okay, these are the three pieces that go together very well for my personal play right now, and I would definitely put in other things. Let's say if you want stronger range attacks, or maybe you want to be better with melee. Okay, so those are the type of things that you want to add in here. I put in this critical hit for 15 seconds, for 5 seconds, 15%, which I thought was cool. And then I added adrenaline gain just to be able to spam my abilities, and it is super powerful. Again, the build can do anything and everything. It's pretty much unstoppable in its own right. So definitely something to check out and see for yourself. We're gonna dive into the skills here, and I want to talk about this. This is super critical for you guys to kind of take in and to note. When it comes to passives, this is very good for combinations. It isn't necessary. Again, I can use my abilities and spam them. Okay. The moment I pop this ability, you're going to basically one shot almost everything. You're going to take almost half their health. And then this one right here is more for crowd control. You don't need this one for this playstyle. Then another passive is DPS right here. This is all for DPS. It's not necessarily needed, but it's pretty cool. The trick to this build is the samurai skill tree. And just to kind of give you guys the hint of what this thing can do, which is super powerful, is this bad boy right here, impenetrable defense. So the moment you pop this, basically can counter anything. But what I do with this is when I run out of adrenaline bars, I end up popping this and spamming attacks to be able to get all my adrenaline full, 4 bars full, and then I get out there and just do some combat. So this is where I respect it and appreciate it a ton. And you're able to do this consistently when you play the game. You can really go nuts and have fun just dominating. And so make sure you try that and you'll see what I mean. Of course, max it out. And then after that, these are things that are important somewhat to do the assassinations. I still stealth with this ability. For if you didn't know, you're just playing the game. Your brutal attacks are still stealthy. If someone's not in the right vicinity, you can definitely take them out without nobody really noticing. They have to be pretty close, 15 meters or so. So if you want to put this all the way up and have the best effect to take out almost anybody, I recommend it. Okay, it's a useful tool and fun to use. And then from there, that's pretty much it. The adrenalines are just a way, like I said, to have a lot of adrenalines, continue to spam, and the buffs on the side for health and adrenaline cooldown are useful. Again, if you don't have all this, you still can play with this build and do some work. All right, I use the bow, and this is very critical here. These over here, the status effects are going to be useful. Okay, poison is super critical because what happens is I headshot somebody with poison, and since I have such a strong automatic affliction effect with the build, it basically makes them throw up. So they won't call for an alert. They'll just start throwing up, and you have a chance to throw a second arrow, which you can look what type of arrow do you want to throw. Depends on your play style. Are you a bloody guy? Well, here you go. Put the bleed effect because that's what we've been using for this build. So with those two alone, you're going to basically take out anybody in the game. Okay. And I absolutely love that. Then, of course, I just wanted to have a little passive here to be able to have posture shots and do some extra damage for armor and things like that. And these are just choices. As you can see, I have 30 plus skills. I'm not using them, but I would if I felt like I needed to. But I ran through that castle pretty easily. And then you can also switch the weapon out if you just want to be a run and gun player and don't want to stealth, and put this on. Guess what? Now you have bleed for your bullets, and you can be overpowered and then throw this on if you feel like it. But again, a lot of these skills aren't absolutely necessary, especially if you're low level. You're not at where I'm at. I'm pretty much almost at the end of the game when I'm playing this. And so that's why you see it the way it is. And it's pretty damn good if you ask me. I like it a lot. And so make sure you take your time and start putting these pieces together and seeing the combinations that I made, and then also the combinations you can probably add to the extra parts that I haven't actually showcased just yet. So do that and you'll be good to go. Now, as far as builds and recommendations, I do have a demonstration of this very footage that you're watching where I just eliminate everybody in the base. It's 5 daimyos, and it was kind of easy. As you can see right here, one shot assassinations for level 50/40 enemies while I am out here just having fun, not even worried about it, doing a little bit of stealth on the roof, enjoying myself. And you can do that too. Go check out the actual showcase of this. It's one of my Let's Play videos, and make sure you check out the Let's Play. I want to try to start adding Let's Play as well because I have all the footage of my first beginner playthrough, and I'm probably going to do a second one, more expert playstyle, coming up. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure you leave a like so that YouTube knows that it's all love. See you there. Peace.